We grew up with no one, no family to speak of, just us, left behind. And you know what? We survived. We made it through. And not just survived, we thrived. Because when you're given nothing, you take everything. You make your own family out of friends and allies, and sometimes even enemies. I remember this one thing I used to say, "I'm gonna destroy you." People thought it was a threat, but really, it was just me trying to assert control over something that felt completely outside of my control. And then there were those skills. Oh boy, those skills. I mean, what's in the past is in the past, right? But sometimes I think about it and wonder how different things would have been if someone had actually helped us. The first time I saw a real gun was when we were trying to get out of the quarantine zone. It was like my whole world opened up. We survived because we were prepared. We were trained by those dog tags, they called them. And we used every last trick in the book just to make it through each day. But what happens when you're not alone? When you've got someone who's supposed to protect you but ends up putting a gun to your head, it gets complicated. And that was my reality for most of my life. Being alone, surviving on our own, never really having anyone to rely on. Until Riley. You see, I used to think it was all about me and what I could do on my own. But Riley, she showed me otherwise. She taught me that there's more to life than just surviving. There's living, too. And even after she was gone, the idea of being connected to someone still lingered in my mind. I remember when we were kids, trying to find ways to survive in this quarantine zone, where every day felt like a never-ending battle for survival. We scavenged, we hunted, we did whatever it took to stay alive. And yet, despite all the dangers, we found time to play, to laugh together. That's what Riley taught me. After she died, everything changed. I felt lost, alone, and scared. Like my whole world had been turned upside down, and I was just trying to find my footing again. And it wasn't easy, but slowly, I started to pick up the pieces to rebuild. I started focusing on Joel, this gruff but kind man who took me in when no one else would. And yet, even with all that love and support, there were still moments when the pain of losing Riley felt like it was suffocating me. Moments when I thought I couldn't go on without her by my side. But then I'd think about Joel, about how he'd taken care of me, protected me. We traveled so far together, through abandoned cities, across desolate landscapes, into unknown territories. We fought off infected and other humans who sought to harm us. And along the way, we formed a bond that went beyond just friends or allies. It became something deeper, something more meaningful. But sometimes I wonder if any of us are truly alive when we've lost so much already. When you lose the people who were supposed to be there for you, it's like your heart gets ripped out, leaving a hollow feeling that can never truly be filled again. All these years have passed, and I still remember what Joel said. We're not murderers, we just survive. But he was wrong. We don't just survive. We fight back against all the odds stacked against us. And sometimes we even manage to find love and connection in this broken world. You know, people say that time heals all wounds. They say that as long as you've got time, you can overcome anything. But I'm not so sure about that anymore. Time may heal some wounds, but it doesn't erase the memories of what we lost. It doesn't bring back the people who were taken from us. I think about Riley often, about her smile, her laughter, her kind heart, and I wonder how things would have been if she'd been with me throughout all this chaos. Would we have made it through the tough times together? We did make it through, though. We survived. But at what cost? The world around us is still broken. People are still suffering. And yet, amidst all that pain and heartache, there's hope. Hope in finding someone like Dina. Someone who understands me, who knows what I've been through. Hope in building a new family. One that doesn't just include friends or allies, but loved ones. The people we choose to be with in our darkest moments. The world may never be fixed. Not entirely anyway. But maybe it's okay if it's not. Maybe the imperfections are what make life worth living. The ups and downs, the twists and turns. That's where we find our true selves, our purpose. And as for me, I'm still finding my way through this broken world. One step at a time, one moment at a time. With every triumph and every heartbreak, I'm slowly coming to realize what it means to truly be alive. To love, to lose, to find hope in the darkest of times. We'll keep surviving, keep fighting for each other, no matter how long this chaos lasts or how broken our world becomes. Because that's what we do. We hold on to hope and to love, even when it seems impossible.